Good.
All right, we are live. Welcome to the 272nd District Court Associate Magistrate docket. The time now is 1:45. The proceedings are official and are being recorded. Counsel and all present are instructed to act as though you were in court, and all parties are instructed not to record these proceedings. The court coordinator is the only person that can provide the official record. As with all proceedings, violation of these instructions are subject to contempt proceedings. We're here on cause number 15-1789 at CRF 272nd in the matter State of Texas versus Quindon Burns. Sir, can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Judge, this is just a sentencing hearing. You don't declare.
Thank you. Present in the courtroom with Mr. Burns is his attorney, Mr. Andruski. And on this Zoom call is also Ashley Martin for the state and Casey Yargo for the probation department. All right. Sir, my understanding is that you pled true to the allegations on March 6th to your motion to revoke, and the agreement was 8 months in a state jail facility. Is that your understanding? Do you have any questions about anything we went over on March 6th?
Am I gonna do a whole time in county?
I'm not sure. I would just anticipate being transferred. It's possible that that could happen though, based on the things going on in the community. So it's possible that someone comes to the Brazos County Jail and does an intake with you formally there. But typically you would be transferred. I would plan on being transferred unless someone at the jail tells you otherwise. Okay. Is there any reason why he should not be sentenced here today?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you. Based on your plea of true and the state having found the allegations in your motion to revoke true to the motion to revoke that was filed November 25th, I will sentence you to 8 months in a state jail facility. You'll be given any credit for time which you've already served so far. When you get over to state jail, if you get there, make sure you sign up for any programs there that they have to offer, as well as not have any disciplinary issues. If you do so, you're presumed to get some credit back on that time. Is there anything else from either side?
Not from the defense, Your Honor.
Nothing from the state.
He'll be remained in the custody of the sheriff. Good luck to you.
William Walker. I believe I wanted to make sure that you saw this sometime.
I don't track it. I have to put it in the jail. And I need that, Judge, I do need that jail order from you so they can take him downstairs.
There you go. You can start, here's your bill of costs. It's going to be any fees associated with your case. So make sure when you get out, you set up a payment plan.
Right, so you want to say including time served at ISF?
Yeah, he successfully completed that program, so I think he's in high now.
You did a lot of that?
Yes, PDC now.
It's usually they only get it if it's a lockdown facility.
Well, this is a lockdown. Can't get any more lockdown than that.
Okay. Some of them are.
ISF, sir. Lockdown.
All right.
Mr. Andruski, are you ready on Mr. Walker?
Yes, sir, ma'am.
Mr. Walker? Is that the gentleman sitting outside?
No,
Yeah,
he's in
he'll be
jail.
up here
Oh,
in
he's in
Leslie.
The next one is at 3 o'clock. No, that's not.
The guy sitting outside is David Slofka, Earl Gray's
Okay.
client. Used to be my client. Then he got arrested again.
It happened.
That's another one. Here's the kind of rest.
Mr. Walker, can you hear me okay?
Yes, ma'am.
My name is Judge Swan. This is State of Texas versus William Walker, cause number 17725, CRF 272nd. Your attorney, Mr. Andruski, is present in the courtroom. Sir, can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear or Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can put your hand down. Are you a United States citizen? Can you hear me?
No, ma'am. Say it one more time.
Are you a United States citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I see here you have a motion to revoke that was filed January 13th of 2020. Are you the same person in this cause number that was placed on probation?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you had an opportunity to review the allegations in the motion to revoke?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand each of those violations that the state is alleging?
Yes, ma'am.
Would you like me to read those back to you formally?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to pull that document up on your screen. All right, can you see the motion to revoke up on your screen?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, the state alleges that you violated condition number 10 in that the defendant failed to perform community service as directed. Condition 11 in that the defendant on or about August 23rd of 2018 failed to submit to testing for alcohol and or controlled substances as directed. And that the defendant on or about June 5th, 2019 failed to submit to testing for alcohol and or controlled substances as directed.
Did he ask that right there?
He did.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear much. Mr. Williams, this is Mr. Andruski. We usually waive the reading of the indictment. Are you okay just waiving that so the judge doesn't have to read it back to you? You and I have already gone over it.
Yes, sir.
Sir, do you understand each of those violations?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you also understand the range of punishment?
Yes, ma'am.
Would you like me to formally go over the range of punishment with you?
No, ma'am.
All right, to each of the allegations here in the motion to revoke, how do you plead? True or not true?
Not true.
Not true?
I mean, true.
Are you pleading true because these allegations are true?
No, no, ma'am.
Are they true?
Yes, ma'am.
I can't hear
I'm
you.
going to let you ask him additional questions. I think he's confused. He said not true initially, and then he said true.
Okay, Mr. Williams, Mr. Walker, the judge is asking you if those allegations in the motion that you and I went over are true or not true, meaning did you fail to take drug tests? Did you fail some tests and all the other allegations in there? Are those things true?
Yes, sir.
All right, sir, are you pleading true because each one is true?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you understand that if I approve this agreement that you are waiving your right to appeal?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to show you what's been marked as State's Exhibit 1 and State's Exhibit 2 here. State's Exhibit 1 is your plea of true to the state's motion to revoke your community supervision or adjudicate your guilt. Did you go over this document with Mr. Andruski?
Yes, ma'am.
And did he review and explain this document to your satisfaction?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any questions about anything contained in State's Exhibit 1?
No, ma'am.
Do you understand that you are giving up certain United States constitutional rights, Texas constitutional rights, as well as other rights under Texas law?
Yes, ma'am.
Is this your signature here up on the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm also going to show you State's Exhibit 2, which is the plea agreement and order. Is this also your signature?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you sign both of these documents freely, knowingly, and voluntarily?
Yes, ma'am.
Is there an offer from the state?
I'm sorry, Judge. State Office Exhibits 1 and 2.
No objection.
State's Exhibit 1 and 2 will be admitted. Yes, sir, is that your understanding of the agreement? Is that your probation will be revoked and you'll be sentenced to 2 years in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any questions for me about anything you went over with Mr. Andruski or anything we've gone over here today so far?
I'll get my back time on it.
You will be given any credit for time which you've already served so far.
I get the back time while I went to I-7 and all that too?
That's correct.
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
Are you on any type of medication today?
No, ma'am.
Have you ever sought any mental health treatment?
No, ma'am.
Mr. Andreski, do you believe your client is competent?
Yes, Your Honor.
I will find you competent. Based on your plea of true, I'll find sufficient evidence to find that you did violate your probation. I'll find the allegations in the motion to revoke true. I'll revoke your probation and sentence you to 2 years in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice. You will be given any credit for time which you've already served so far. Is there anything else from either side?
Not from the defense, Your Honor.
Not from the state judge.
All right, sir, if there's nothing else, good luck to you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Is that all you have, Mr. Andreski?
Yes, ma'am.
Have a good afternoon.
Hey, this next court date's like in July or something, far off. Any chance we can get it?
The probation? Probably not. My problem is they're already full, and both the Sean are gonna be out in June, so that only gives me the first, 22nd, and 29th, and they're pretty
Well, if you
crowded.
see something come up, let me know, but.
I've added one docket on the Thursday. I wish I knew what we were doing with jury trials, and I've been, every week in June, my Thursdays and Fridays are back to the jury trials. Jury
It'll
trials.
be interesting to see what that first jury panel looks like.
Oh, dear.
It might be interesting.
They will.
Y'all have a good day.
See ya.
There you go, Joe. Thank you, sir.
Looks like we're just waiting on Mr. Barron.
He's coming through Mary at Phil Banks' office. So if you
Okay, I see
Mary,
Mr. Banks.
Some of these attorneys don't have a clue how to do that, do
My judge didn't. My judge mom, my other judge.
Oh, that's not surprising. Imagine Neely's probably one of those as well.
Yeah, Neely hasn't done it yet. He's appeared at the time. He's at least wearing a mask now.
Mr. Banks, I'm almost ready for you, sir. I've got David Barron right in front of you, and I'll bring you back on.
Apparently
Barron, can you hear me okay?
yes.
All right, very good.
I don't have video though. Hold on.
No.
There you go.
There we go.
There you are, David.
There I am.
Okay.
Yeah, Mr. Saunders, can you hear me okay? All right, if you'll just speak up for me because I can't hear you very well. Can you raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can put your hand down. Are you a United States citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm looking at plea paperwork and cause number 15541 at CRF 272nd, where you're charged with the offense of unlawful possession of a firearm by a felon. Do you understand that charge as well as the range of punishment?
Yes, ma'am.
It's a third degree felony, but based on your enhancements, a second degree felony. So that range of punishment is between 2 up to 20 years in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice, as well as potentially up to a $10,000 fine. Do you understand that range of punishment?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to show you what's been marked as State's Exhibit 1 and State's Exhibit 2. That's going to be up on your screen. All right, State's Exhibit 1 is your plea of guilty, waiver of stipulation, and judicial confession. Did you sign this document?
Yes, ma'am.
And states Exhibit 2 as the plea agreement and order. Is this your signature?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you sign both of these documents freely, knowingly, and voluntarily?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand by signing states Exhibit 1 here that you are giving up certain United States constitutional rights, Texas constitutional rights, as well as other rights under Texas law?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you have adequate time to go over states Exhibit 1 and 2 with Mr. Barron?
Yes, ma'am.
And did he review and explain each of these documents to your satisfaction?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any questions for me about anything contained in states Exhibit 1 or 2?
No, ma'am.
Is there an offer from the state?
State offers, Your Honor.
No objection.
States Exhibit 1, 2, and 3 will be admitted. Mr. Barron, do you believe your client is competent?
Yes, Your Honor, he is competent.
Now, Mr. Sanders, are you on any type of medication today?
No, ma'am.
Anything about your medication that would prevent you from understanding the proceedings?
No, ma'am.
Have you ever sought any mental health treatment?
No, ma'am.
I will find you competent. Do you understand that if I approve this agreement that you are waiving your right to appeal?
Yes, ma'am.
And how do you plead to the offense of unlawful possession of a firearm by a felon?
Plead guilty.
Are you pleading guilty because you are guilty?
Yes, ma'am.
Would you like a copy of the indictment read back to you?
No, ma'am.
Based on your plea of guilty, I'll find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. I will find you guilty. I'll sentence you to 5 years in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice. You'll be given any credit for time which you've already served so far. Are you a United States citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Is there anything else from either side?
No, ma'am.
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Saunders, do you have any questions about anything you've gone over with Mr. Barron or anything we've done today?
No, ma'am.
All right. Well, good luck to you, sir. All right, Mr. Barron, if that's it for you, have a good afternoon.
Same to you, Your Honor.
Okay. Next one has a
Interpreter, I've got Jeff on.
yes.
All right, can everyone hear me okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Pleading on both cases, Lisa,
When's it 12:45?
the misdemeanor.
Yes. And it's no contest. And they have not given me the PC.
And Your Honor, just as a heads up, this is a no contest plea.
All right, I will have to take information by the state regarding the probable cause statement because I don't have that currently.
Okay, I'll pull it up on my end. Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Do they need to send it to me to put it in the file?
Yes. I'll have Ashley send it over.
Okay.
Mr. Banks, do you waive the formal reading of the oath to the interpreter?
We do so waive, Your Honor.
All right, Jeff, can you hear me okay?
I can, Judge.
All right, this is cause number 194668, CRF 272nd.
Señor, nos toca en este momento el expediente 19-00468 en la Corte 272.
State of Texas versus Jose Perdomo Ponce.
El caso del Estado de Texas contra el señor José Perdomo Ponce.
Yeah, sir, can you raise your right hand for me?
Señor Perdomo, levante su mano derecha, por favor.
Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Usted jura en este momento que nos va a decir la verdad, toda la verdad y únicamente la verdad y no más de Dios?
Sí, la verdad, sí.
Yes, the whole truth.
All right, you can put your hand down.
¿Puede bajar la mano?
Todo cuento, todo lo que pasó.
Do I talk about everything that happened?
That's not going to be necessary, sir. I'll ask you specific questions and just answer those questions. And then if you have questions of me, just ask.
No, señor, no va a contar todo lo que pasó así. La juez le va a preguntar cosas específicas y usted puede responder a las preguntas y después de eso ella le va a dar oportunidad a usted a hacer preguntas.
Está bien.
Okay.
Are you a United States citizen?
Señor, ¿es usted ciudadano de los Estados Unidos?
No.
No.
I must admonish you that since you are not a citizen of the United States, that a plea of guilty or no contest to the allegations could result in your deportation.
Entonces, en este momento le tengo que avisar a usted de que si usted se declara culpable o no me opongo a estos cargos, siendo que usted no es ciudadano de este país, la migración de este país puede deportarle a usted.
Exclusion to the United States.
Le pueden denegar la entrada de nuevo a este país.
Or the denial of naturalization under federal law.
O conforme con la ley federal le pueden denegar la solicitud para llegar a ser ciudadano de este país.
Do you understand those immigration consequences?
¿Ha entendido estos avisos migratorios que le he dicho?
Sí.
Yes.
And have you had an opportunity to go over those immigration consequences with your attorney?
¿Y será que usted también ha podido consultar con su abogado acerca de esas posibilidades que le pueden pasar con migración?
Sí.
Yes.
The plea agreement, you're charged with the offense of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
Conforme con este acuerdo, los cargos contra usted son por agresión física agravada por medio de un arma.
Do you understand that charge as well as the range of punishment?
¿Ha entendido usted los cargos, señor, y la condena máxima y mínima posible?
Sí, he entendido los cargos.
Yes, I have understood the charges.
I'm going to show you what's been marked as States Exhibit 1 and States Exhibit 2.
Aquí en la pantalla le estoy mostrando este documento que nosotros hemos aceptado como dato de prueba de la Fiscalía número 1 y 2.
States Exhibit 1 is your plea of guilty, waiver of stipulation, and judicial confession.
El dato 1 aquí en la pantalla es la declaración de culpable o no me opongo por escrito de usted y también la renuncia y confesión judicial de usted.
And States Exhibit 2 is the plea agreement and order.
El dato número 2 es el acuerdo con la Fiscalía sobre su declaración de culpable y la orden judicial.
Did you have an opportunity to go over States Exhibit 1 and 2 with your attorney, Mr. Banks?
Señor, ¿será que usted ha tenido la oportunidad de revisar estos documentos junto con su abogado, el licenciado Banks?
Sí.
Yes.
And did he review and explain each of these documents to your satisfaction?
Y él le explicó para usted todo lo que tiene que ver con estos documentos y que usted quedó satisfecho con lo que él explicó.
Sí, está bien.
Yes, I'm good.
Do you have any questions for me about anything contained in States Exhibit 1 or 2?
¿Será que en este momento usted tiene alguna pregunta para mí, para la juez, acerca de estos documentos, datos 1 o 2.
¿Le puedo preguntar algo?
May I ask something?
¿Será que los días que yo estoy aquí cuentan por 2 o por 1 nomás?
The days that I've been in here, are they going to count as 2 for 1 or just 1 for 1?
You'll be given any credit for time which you've already served so far.
Le van a reducir de la condena total cualquier tiempo, los días que usted ya ha pasado en la cárcel.
And that will be up to TDCJ.
Y en cuanto a cómo los cuentan, eso queda a TDCJ, el Departamento de Reos y Correcciones de ese estado.
¿Cuándo me mandarían para el TDC?
When would I be sent off to TDC?
Unfortunately, I don't know the answer to that question since we are dealing with COVID-19.
Desgraciadamente, señor, no le puedo contestar eso debido a la situación actual con COVID-19 y coronavirus.
Y el otro programa de porro viene por mí también.
And the other program, the parole, would that apply to me as well?
If you are released from TDCJ, then yes, parole could apply to you depending on how much credit for time you already have served.
Señor, dependiendo cuánto tiempo usted ha acumulado, cuando le dan de alta o cuando le sueltan de TDC o TDCJ, puede ser que esto de parole le aplique a usted.
Sí.
And all of those questions will be answered for you specifically when you are released from TDCJ.
Y todas esas preguntas que tienen que ver con eso, le van a contestar todo eso al momento de informarle que le van a soltar de TDCJ.
Está bien.
Okay.
Now, did you sign both of these documents freely, knowingly, and voluntarily?
Señor, le pregunto si usted ha firmado estos dos documentos bajo su libre albedrío, voluntariamente y a conocimiento de lo que estaba haciendo.
¿Le puedo hacer una pregunta?
Could you repeat that question for me?
Did you sign both of these documents voluntarily?
¿Usted ha firmado estos dos documentos voluntariamente?
Sí.
Yes.
Do you understand by signing States Exhibit 1 that you are giving up certain United States constitutional rights?
Y al firmar este primer documento, ¿usted ha entendido bien de que está perdiendo voluntariamente ciertos derechos constitucionales de los Estados Unidos?
Sí.
Yes.
Texas constitutional rights as well as other rights under Texas law.
Tanto como ciertos derechos constitucionales del estado de Texas y algunos otros derechos que le pueden aplicar según la Constitución.
Sí.
Yes.
Mr. Banks, any objection to States Exhibit 1, 2, or 3?
No, Your Honor.
Any objection to Ms. Martin sending the probable cause statement as part of the record?
Absolutely not.
That will be entered as States Exhibit 4.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, sir. Do you understand that if I approve this agreement that you are waiving your right to appeal?
Señor, ¿entiende usted que si yo la juez acepto su declaración y este acuerdo, usted ha perdido su derecho a apelar su caso en el futuro?
Le quería preguntar algo. Usted parece que dijo ahorita que me iban a bajar la condena.
Well, I wanted to ask you something in regards to my sentence.
Yes, sir. Go right ahead.
Adelante con su pregunta, señor.
Me parece que le escuché a usted ahorita hace un momento que me van a bajar la condena de 2 años.
I didn't hear you say at any time in the last few moments that they were going to lower my sentence from 2 years.
That's correct. So you could be serving 2 years day for day at TDCJ, or they could give you more credit for that. It could be 2 for 1 or 3 for 1. I don't know what TDCJ is going to do when you get over there.
Sí, señor, la realidad es que es posible que cuando usted llegue a TDC, que ellos le den no más día por día. Es posible que usted llegue ahí y le dan 2 por 1 hasta 3 por 1. No sabemos qué van a hacer ellos.
I don't have any control whether they make you serve day for day or give you 2 for 1 or 3 for 1. That's out of my control.
Es que yo como juez no tengo nada de control en cuanto a si ellos le dan 2 por 1 a usted o si le ponen a 1 por 1 en cuanto a la condena.
Do you understand that?
¿Eso sí entiende, señor?
Entiendo.
Yes, I understand.
But you will be at least given credit for time which you have already served so far.
Pero ciertamente le van a descontar y contar los días que usted ya ha cumplido en la cárcel, todos los días que ha estado.
Mr. Banks, do you have anything else to add with regard to that matter?
Judge, I'd just like to put a couple things on the record with Jose.
Go right ahead.
Jose, you and I have discussed your case through the interpreter, Mr. Crumpholz, on several occasions. Is that correct?
Ahora el abogado Banks quisiera hacer unas declaraciones para que consten en el acta. Dice, José, usted y yo hemos platicado acerca de su caso por medio del intérprete, este señor que está aquí, Crumpholz, el intérprete, y lo hemos hecho en varias ocasiones, ¿verdad que sí?
Sí.
Yes.
Are you satisfied with the representation that have given you on this case?
Señor, ¿está usted satisfecho con la manera en que yo le he representado en este caso?
Sí, está.
Yes, I am.
That's all I had, Your Honor.
Sir, do you understand that you are waiving your right to appeal if I accept the agreement?
Y señor, usted entiende bien de que si yo la juez acepto este acuerdo, usted ya no puede apelar su caso después. ¿Sí entiende eso?
Pregúntale que si yo quiero puedo ir a juicio o ya no.
Are you asking me if I still want to go to trial or not?
I'm asking you, do you understand that if I approve your 2 years, that you cannot challenge it later? That you will be waiving your right to appeal?
Lo que le estoy preguntando, señor, es si yo la juez apruebo este acuerdo, que es por 2 años de condena, después de asentar este acuerdo, que usted no puede tratar de cambiar nada después por medio de la apelación. ¿Sí entiende eso?
Pero ahorita sí se puede cambiar todavía.
So then it could still be changed right now.
If you do not want to plead guilty or no contest, that's certainly your right.
Señor, si usted no se quiere declarar culpable o no me opongo, usted tiene derecho de no hacerlo.
But if you continue with this plea and I accept the agreement that you have worked out between your attorney and the state,
Pero de lo contrario es que usted sí lo hace y si yo la juez acepto su declaración y apruebo del acuerdo que usted ha hecho con los fiscales, entonces
then your case is over and you can't challenge it in the future.
su caso ha quedado finalizado y cerrado y no se puede hacer nada en el futuro para cambiarlo.
Está bien.
Okay.
All right, give me 1 moment to read the probable cause statement.
Is he finished?
No, I'm just reading something. He still hasn't.
sorry,
Thank
okay.
you. All right, Mr. Banks, do you believe your client is competent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Sir, are you on any type of medication today?
Señor, ¿ha tomado usted algún medicamento el día de hoy?
Hoy. No.
Today, no.
Have you ever sought any mental health treatment?
¿O alguna vez en la vida usted ha buscado atención médica por un trastorno mental?
No.
No.
And I will find you competent.
En este momento le declaro mentalmente sano a usted.
To the allegation of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, how do you plead?
A los cargos de agresión física agravada con arma mortífera, ¿cómo se declara usted en este momento?
Inocente.
Innocent.
We negotiated a plea for you to plead no contest. So my advice is that's what you plead now.
Señor, hemos negociado con los fiscales un acuerdo por 2 años en que usted se iba a declarar no me opongo. Mi consejo para usted es que usted se declare así en este momento.
Mr. Ponce, was that your understanding of the agreement, is that you plead no contest?
Señor Ponce, ¿así entendió usted el acuerdo que había hecho, que usted se iba a declarar no me opongo?
Sí.
Yes.
Is that what you want to do here today, is plead no contest and be sentenced to 2 years in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice?
Entonces, ¿eso es lo que usted quiere hacer el día de hoy? ¿Es declararse no me opongo para recibir la condena acordada de por 2 años en las prisiones de Texas?
Es que soy inocente. Diosito está viendo arriba que soy inocente. Nadie puede ver, yo soy inocente. Diosito que está arriba que soy inocente. Yo no he amenazado a nadie, soy inocente. Lo juro por mi Dios que soy inocente, que Dios me está viendo en este momento. Que soy una persona inocente. No amenacé a Marina Castellanos con el cuchillo. No la amenacé. Soy inocente.
Give me 1 minute, let me have Mr. Crumples translate.
Soy inocente.
Okay, espere un momento, señor. As God above as my witness, I am innocent because I did not make any threats. And God, who is above and can serve as my witness on this, knows that I did not threaten Marina Castellanos with a knife and that I'm innocent. Again, God knows, and God is my witness that I did not do this.
Mr. Banks, do you have any additional questions of your client?
Yes, Jose, one of the reasons we entered an agreement for a no contest plea is because you believed you had not committed this crime. Is that correct?
José, acuérdese que cuando estábamos haciendo estos planes para esta declaración en el caso, hicimos el acuerdo con usted que usted iba a declararse no me opongo porque usted se creía inocente, ¿verdad? Y que no había cometido estos delitos. ¿Se acuerda de eso?
Es que mi corazón me habla, me está diciendo que soy inocente, pues el corazón mío dice que no vaya a decir mentiras, que soy inocente por Dios, que Dios lo está viendo arriba, que sí soy inocente.
But my heart has spoken to me here, and I have to listen to my heart, and my heart is saying that I am innocent and that I haven't done this. And with God as my witness, I have to follow my heart and tell you that I'm innocent.
I understand that, but the question today is whether you want to plead guilty, not guilty, or no contest. And if you plead no contest, you'll get the 2 years that we have negotiated, and you'll be on your way back to Honduras. If you plead not guilty or innocent, which really isn't a plea under Texas law, then you'll remain in the jail until your case can be reached for trial.
Sí, señor, pero la pregunta que le hizo la juez es si usted se quiere declarar culpable, no culpable o no me opongo. Y nosotros hablamos con usted para negociar y llegar a un acuerdo de por 2 años con los fiscales para que usted pueda salir lo más pronto posible para poder volver a Honduras.
No, pero no vaya.
Espérame. Pero si usted, como usted se ha declarado inocente, que realmente es no culpable, porque no hay una declaración de inocente en la ley de Texas, pero hay de no culpable. Usted va a estar esperando ahí, va a quedar en la cárcel esperando hasta que le puedan dar un día de juicio, una fecha de juicio.
Es que soy inocente, el Señor bien sabe que soy inocente. Diosito está viendo arriba, el Señor está viendo arriba que soy inocente. Por Diosito y mi madre y mis 4 niños que tengo, que soy inocente, no soy culpable. Soy inocente por mis hijos.
But the thing is that I am actually innocent, and I have to tell you that I'm innocent, and with God and my mom and my 4 children bearing witness, I have to tell you that I'm innocent of this, and especially with God as my witness, I have to let you know that I am innocent.
Mr. Ponce, do you wish to reject the no contest plea for 2 years in TDC and set your case for a jury trial, or would you like to accept the offer?
Así que, señor Ponce, usted me está diciendo que lo que quiere hacer es rechazar este acuerdo por 2 años de condena a cambio de una declaración de no me opongo. ¿Usted quiere rechazar el acuerdo en este momento o quiere aceptar el acuerdo y quedar con lo que había acordado?
It's completely up to you.
La decisión es completamente de usted.
Lo único que le pido, por favor, que investiguen mi caso bien a fondo, que soy inocente.
All I'm asking you to do, I'm just asking that my case be investigated fully, because I am in fact innocent.
All right, at this time, I'm going to reject the plea agreement. Mr. Banks, I'll give you an opportunity to speak with your client in a breakout room with the interpreter, separate from all other parties, and then we will reset this case for whatever necessary. Just let Ms. Parker know.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, I'll place you in that breakout room now with your client.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, I'm not quite done with him, but you may have to hit that button. Thank you, ma'am.
We can do ours when you're ready, 'cause
Okay.
those are both in person other than the prosecutor.
Perfect.
And then the next one is another translator. You want to go with Earl?
Earl,
Just like- Thank you.
Who's the prosecutor on that one, on Slavko?
I wasn't
Is it just an
told.
arraignment?
It's just an arraignment.
Perfect.
Any of them can do it. I'm not sure who's getting. We'll see that.
I've already signed the paperwork on that one, Lisa.
That's fine. I'll mark.
So if
rejected
you want to
on
mark
everything.
through.
He said he's still gonna come get him.
He's still up here.
Okay.
Approach him.
Come on up.
Afternoon.
How are you, sir? Yes, sir. Good. This is cause number 201072, CRF 272nd, State of Texas versus David Slavka. We're set for arraignment here today. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the true self you got?
I do.
You can put your hand down. All right, you're charged with the offense of fraudulent use or possession of identifying information. Do you understand the charge as alleged in the indictment as well as the range of punishment?
Yes.
And to the allegation, how do you plead?
Not guilty.
I'll enter a plea of not guilty. Would you like a copy of this indictment read back to you formally?
No.
All right. Do you have any questions about anything contained in the indictment?
That's
We'll go over the case.
right.
itself.
Right. That's what we're doing right now.
Okay. Can you look up on the screen for me and is your name spelled correctly
The very top.
Yeah.
Slavka.
Yes, it is.
in both places? Here.
Right there, and yes, both places.
All right. Is there anything else we need to take up this afternoon, Mr. Gray?
I don't think, Judge, I apologize. There were some communication issues, but we've resolved those as far as getting him on board. I think if we could just set it for a status of plea, I believe it'll work out.
I will mail notice to him.
Okay.
Anything from the state we need to place on the record?
It doesn't have to go on the record, Your Honor, but while I've got Earl here, there's just a pretty good amount of discovery in this case, and it would probably be fastest if we could get an external hard drive from the defense. If they would just drop that off at our office, that's probably going to be the fastest way to get discovery.
We'll get you that today or tomorrow. Ashley.
All right, just drop it off up front, Earl, and then we'll let you know when it's finished and ready to pick up.
Okay.
Ms. Parker,
sounds
are
great.
you going to give him his next setting notice now, or will it be in the
I'll mail
mail?
it to
All
you.
right, sir, you'll get your next setting notice in the mail. Just keep in contact with Mr. Gray.
Okay. And on that end, the first notice I never received, so I had to call.
Teresa.
Yeah. 'Cause I had to call the phone number I had, and then like she sent me the information.
Okay. Is your address changed?
No, it hasn't.
What is your current address? We'll verify it.
2355 Harvey Mitchell Parkway South, College Station, Texas 77845.
I believe you posted a cash bond, is that correct?
Yes.
So there's no bondsman. So I can't tell you why it didn't go. I mailed it to that address.
Yeah, we'll mail it to
Okay.
that same address, but keep in contact with Mr. Gray. He'll let you
I
know
will.
when you need to be here and make sure that you're present.
Okay, thanks.
All right, sir, if there's nothing else, you can be excused.
All right, thanks.
Just wait out there in the lounge, and then I'll come talk to you some more. Okay. Okay. Sorry about that.
It'll be sometime in June.
Okay.
1st of July.
Okay, no problem. It'll take a while to get this.
All right, is that all you have?
Everything good?
Can't
Have
complain.
an opportunity to talk to people, real people. I like to interact with as many real people as I can at any given moment.
I hear you. That's how I
You
feel.
hired
I
my
feel like I've just
stepdaughter
been interacting
4
with a 8 and 9-year-old for a month.
My stepdaughter is zealously, Andruski's moving into Dan's old office. And so I got her scanning and shredding files like around the clock to try to move everything out. Because she was going nuts. She was working at PetSmart. And I begged and pleaded for her not to be in close contact with all those customers. And so she was going to just bounce off the walls of the house. I said, look,
Keep her busy.
yeah. Oh, yeah. She comes home and she's covered with shredded paper on her shoes.
It does.
Yeah. See ya.
Have a good afternoon.
I go lease the company.
Here you do.
We want anything next month here.
Yep, in the afternoon. Oh, yeah, we may have some in the morning too. I may have bondsmen. I'm still figuring it out. If they don't show up in person, I'm good. It's just when they show up in person.
Mr. Malzberger, we're just waiting for your client as well as the interpreter.
see y'all later. Y'all be
Joe,
careful.
thank you.
Thank you.
I'm glad you.
And April 20th, I think, was his first day.
Was
He
it?
was back. Yeah.
I was looking up there and I was like, state.
Judge Vaughn didn't know either. I asked Travis, I said, did you tell him something?
And come back to the right side. I like that. I always do like that stuff.
I give Mr. Banks a few more minutes with his client and the interpreter, and then I'm just going to bring the interpreter back over so we can proceed with Mr. Maltzberger's client.
So, do you want me to, I've done it different ways. Sometimes they used to take a pen when this happened, like in real paper, back in the paper, and just mark through it. Or
Either
do you
way
want
is
me
fine.
to just mark
I don't
it?
know if all of it's saved because I had signed it all, but then when I went back in, I actually just clicked exit. So my signatures may not be on there. It may
No,
not have saved all of it. But yeah, just take
it won't matter because
and
even
drag
if
a
you have
X through it.
signed, we can't use it. We just leave it in there in
Yeah.
case we ever have to bring it up again.
But yeah, I would just use the straight line, draw a straight line through it, and or I can do that. I can go in and do it. But
Just
yeah,
let me do it when I go through and process.
then I'll make a note in there that I rejected the plea.
Okay. I got trouble. Sure. You can take Bryce Washington off of the list.
I did.
Okay.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Banks, if you'll just get with Ms. Parker and let her know how we need to reset that.
I'm going to file a motion to withdraw as Jose's attorney. And I was trying to explain to him, it's kind of like, you know, a carpenter who's been hired to build a wooden house. And then once he gets through with the house, the buyer or the owner says, I want a brick house. Well, I just don't want to build a brick house. I don't want to go to trial. I know he's innocent. I feel like he's innocent. And I like the guy, but he won't listen to me. So he needs to find somebody else.
All right, just follow your motion and we'll set the case as necessary.
I will,
Is
Your
that all
Honor.
you have, Mr. Banks?
Hmm?
Is that all you have, Mr. Banks, this afternoon?
Yes, Your Honor.
Have a good afternoon then.
All right, Judge, thank you. And I appreciate the court's patience.
No problem.
Okay.
Judge, anything you'd like me to say? We were kind of timed out of the breakout room, so.
No, Mr. Banks is going to file a motion to withdraw in that case. And so we'll set it for a hearing. Just let him know that he'll be reset and he'll get a notice in the mail.
Okay. Señor, el abogado va a hacer un pedimento para quitarse del caso. A usted le van a dar algo por escrito informándole del estado de su caso y de la próxima corte.
Está bien,
Okay.
está bien. Gracias.
Okay, thank you.
Have a good day, sir.
Que tenga buen día, señor.
Bueno, igual. Oh, here's everything. Okay.
All right, Mr. Maltzberger, we're moving on to your case, sir. Do you waive the formal reading of the oath to the interpreter?
I do, Judge.
Mr. Nava, can you raise your right hand for me?
Bueno, señor Nava, ¿puede levantar su mano derecha, por favor?
Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
En este momento usted declara solemnemente o juramenta que va a decir la verdad, toda la verdad y únicamente la verdad y no más ante Dios.
Sí, señor.
Yes, ma'am.
You can put your hand down.
Puede bajar la mano, gracias.
Are you a United States citizen?
¿Es usted ciudadano de los Estados Unidos?
No.
No.
I must admonish you that a plea of guilty or no contest to these charges
Le tengo que avisar en este momento de que si usted se declara culpable o no me opongo a estos cargos,
could result in your deportation, exclusion to the admission of the United States, or the denial of naturalization under federal law.
entonces sería posible que la agencia de migración le pueda deportar a usted, le pueden denegar la entrada de nuevo a este país o le pueden rechazar la solicitud para llegar a ser ciudadano.
Do you understand those immigration consequences?
¿Usted ha entendido estas posibilidades de lo que le pueden pasar con migración?
Sí.
Yes.
And have you had an opportunity to go over those immigration consequences with Mr. Maltzberger?
¿Y usted ha podido consultar con su abogado, el licenciado Maltzberger, acerca de estas consecuencias de migración?
Sí.
Yes.
You're charged with the offense of assault, family violence with a prior conviction.
Se le acusa de violencia intrafamiliar con antecedentes por lo mismo.
Do you understand that charge as well as the range of punishment?
¿Usted entiende el cargo y la condena posible por este cargo?
Sí.
Yes.
The range of punishment is a third-degree felony, so it carries a range of punishment between 2 up to 10 years in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice, as well as potentially up to a $10,000 fine.
Este delito es una felonía en tercer grado, la cual lleva una condena posible de entre 2 y 10 años en las prisiones de Texas y una multa que no sea más de $10,000.
Up on your screen, you should see States Exhibit 1 and States Exhibit 2.
Ahí en la pantalla enfrente usted debe de haber unos documentos, son los datos de prueba número 1 y 2 de la Fiscalía.
State's Exhibit 1 is your
Yes.
plea of guilty, waiver of stipulation, and judicial confession.
El dato de prueba número 1 es la declaración de culpable de usted y la renuncia de los derechos y confesión judicial.
And State's Exhibit 2 is the plea agreement and order.
Dato de prueba número 2 es el acuerdo en cuanto a la declaración y la orden judicial.
Your Honor,
Yes,
there was a waiver of indictment in this case too.
thank you very much.
También había una renuncia de acusación formal en este caso.
Did you sign both of these documents freely, knowingly, and voluntarily?
Señor, le pregunto si usted ha firmado estos papeles bajo su libre albedrío y con conocimiento.
Sí.
Yes.
I've got a copy of the waiver of indictment that's up on the screen.
También en la pantalla está la hoja que es la renuncia de acusación formal.
Do you understand that you have the right to have a grand jury determine whether or not there's sufficient evidence to proceed with this case?
A ver si usted entiende, señor, que usted tiene el derecho a obligar a un gran jurado de reunir y determinar si hay prueba suficiente para poner cargos o no en este caso. ¿Sí lo entiende?
Sí.
Yes.
Is that what you want to do, is waive that process and allow me and have me waive the indictment process so you can proceed with this agreement?
Pero lo que usted está pidiendo aquí es que yo, la juez, dispense con ese proceso y que no va a haber acusación formal. Entonces no vamos a tener esa parte del proceso. ¿Es lo que usted quiere, señor?
Sí.
Yes.
Would you like a copy of the information read back to you that's up on the screen that specifically lays out what you're charged with?
Será necesario que leamos en voz alta toda esta querella por escrito. Este es el papel que le acusa y que pone los detalles de la acusación también. ¿Es necesario que lo leamos en voz alta?
No.
No.
Do you understand that if I approve the agreement that you are waiving your right to appeal?
Y si usted hace la declaración y yo apruebo de este acuerdo, usted pierde su derecho de apelar su caso después. ¿Sí lo entiende?
Sí.
Yes.
Do you also understand that you are giving up certain United States constitutional rights, Texas constitutional rights, as well as other rights under Texas law?
Con este documento, señor, usted también está renunciando a ciertos derechos constitucionales de los Estados Unidos, derechos constitucionales del estado de Texas y ciertos derechos que le pueden aplicar conforme con las leyes de Texas. ¿Sí lo entiende?
Sí.
Yes.
Mr. Mossberger, do you believe your client is competent?
I do, Your Honor. I will have some questions for him later after the plea is taken, just to
Yes, sir.
determine the level of comprehension of the immigration consequences.
Mr. Nava, are you on any type of medication today?
No, señor Nava, ¿usted se ha tomado algún medicamento el día de hoy o no?
No.
No.
Have you ever sought any mental health treatment?
¿Alguna vez ha buscado asistencia médica por un trastorno mental?
No.
No.
I will find you competent.
En este momento le declaro mentalmente sano.
How do you plead to the offense of assault, family violence with a prior conviction?
Señor, se le acusa de agresión física y violencia intrafamiliar con antecedentes por lo mismo. En este momento, ¿cómo se declara usted?
Culpable.
Guilty.
Are you pleading guilty because you are guilty?
¿Usted se está declarando culpable porque usted es verdaderamente culpable?
Sí.
Yes.
Based on your plea of guilty, I'll find sufficient evidence to where the court could find you guilty.
Basado en su declaración de culpable, yo declaro que puede haber suficiente prueba para declararle culpable.
I will defer any finding of guilt,
Voy a postergar la decisión de culpabilidad.
place you on 2 years deferred adjudication.
Le vamos a dar 2 años de aplazamiento.
There will be an affirmative finding of family violence.
Va a constar en el acta un hallazgo afirmativo de violencia intrafamiliar.
No contact with the victim.
No puede tener contacto con la víctima.
Standard family violence conditions,
Se aplican las condiciones normales de violencia intrafamiliar,
including the Batters Intervention Prevention Program.
inclusive el programa o curso para intervención de personas que han cometido delincuencia de violencia.
50 hours of community service and a $500 fine.
50 horas de servicio para la comunidad y multa en cantidad de $500.
Make sure you understand all the terms of your deferred, because if you violate, the state can file a motion bringing you back into court.
Señor, asegúrese de que usted ha entendido bien todas las condiciones y requisitos de este aplazamiento, porque si en algo no cumple, la fiscalía puede hacer un impedimento para volver a corte a hacer una determinación.
Sí, sí entiendo.
And you could
¿Perdón?
be subject to that full range of punishment.
Said, I understand. Y si lo hacen la fiscalía, si lo hacen, usted puede estar sujeto a todo el rango de condena.
Ms. Eskew, is there an offer from the state?
Judge, state offers exhibits 1 and 2, and then I'd like to read in the discovery that was provided to Mr. Maltzberger because we did not provide a state's exhibit 3.
There'll be no objection to 1, 2, or it'll be a stipulation of the evidence that was received.
Go right ahead, Ms. Eskew.
Judge, we provided 4 pages of CAD notes, 5 pages of the case report in Brazos County Sheriff's Office case number 200001924. We provided the 911 phone call, 3 photographs, 4 body cam videos.
He's writing it down.
And 6 in-car videos.
Judge, those were received and they were reviewed.
Did you get all that, Mr. Crumpholtz?
I think so, Judge. Okay, la fiscalía ha entregado varias pruebas al abogado defensor, lo cual incluye 4 páginas de anotaciones de CAD, 5 páginas de anotaciones del caso del departamento de sheriff del caso 2000-1924. También han propinado transcrito de la llamada de 911. Son 3 fotos también, 4 videos de cámara de los oficiales que llevan en el cuerpo, y son 6 videos en total que son de las patrullas. Y el abogado defensor dice que ha recibido y revisado todas esas pruebas.
All right, anything else, Ms. Eskew?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Maltzberger, go right ahead with your questions.
Edgar, we had a number of times to talk about the possible immigration consequences of your plea today. Is that correct?
Edgar, usted y yo hemos platicado en varias ocasiones acerca de las consecuencias que le pueden pasar con migración si usted hace esta declaración, ¿verdad? Yes.
And Edgar, you have been previously deported on an assault family violence charge. Is that correct?
Y Edgar, ¿es cierto que anteriormente a usted le deportaron debido a unos cargos de violencia intrafamiliar, ¿verdad?
Sí.
Yes.
I warned you that with a plea in this case that you could be subject to deportation. Do you understand that?
Y yo le informé a usted que al declararse culpable en este caso, que eso puede resultar en que le deporten a usted en este caso. ¿Verdad que se lo dije?
Sí.
Yes.
And with the fact that you have been previously deported for an assault family violence, it could also happen that you would be charged federally as a previously deported criminal alien. Do you understand that?
Y también le dije que por sus antecedentes y el hecho que le habían deportado antes por violencia intrafamiliar, que esta vez le pueden poner cargos a nivel federal. ¿Usted entiende eso, verdad, señor?
Sí.
Yes.
You have a hold on you right now by immigration. You understand that?
La migración le ha puesto un arraigo. ¿Usted entiende eso, señor?
Sí.
Yes.
And you understand that you won't be released until that immigration issue is resolved. Is that correct?
Y que a usted no le van a soltar hasta que usted resuelva sus asuntos con migración. ¿Usted lo entiende, señor?
Sí.
Yes.
Do you understand that if you are not deported and you are released, that you will have to report to the probation department and perform the conditions of your community supervision?
Y señor, si en caso no le deportan a usted, pero si le sueltan sin deportación, usted se va a tener que presentar a las oficinas de probación. Usted va a tener que cumplir con todos los requisitos y condiciones de su probación. ¿Sí entiende?
Sí.
Yes.
Do you understand that if you don't comply with the terms of your probation could be revoked and you could be sentenced to 10 years in prison?
Y entiende usted también de que si no cumple con los requisitos y condiciones de su probación, a usted le pueden revocar la aprobación y le pueden mandar preso por hasta 10 años en las prisiones de Texas, TDC.
Sí.
Yes.
Do you recall that I advised you in my experience that I believed it would be likely that you would be ultimately deported as a result of this decision, this plea today? Do you remember that?
Y que yo también le dije a usted que de lo que yo sé de mi experiencia, hay la gran posibilidad de que le deporten a usted después de hacer lo que estamos haciendo aquí el día de hoy. ¿Verdad que se lo dije? ¿Se recuerda de que se lo dije? Yes.
Do you have any questions about what I've done in the case or what I've advised you of during the case?
¿Tiene alguna pregunta acerca de lo que yo le he aconsejado durante el proceso de este caso o de alguna otra cosa que tiene que ver con este caso?
Si llegaran a deportarme, ¿qué pasaría con el probation?
So if I do get deported, what happens to my probation?
Well, you're still on the probation. If you don't report, if you don't perform the conditions of the probation, the state could file a motion to revoke your probation like the judge talked about.
Aunque le deporten, la aprobación sigue en vigor. Entonces, si usted no se presenta y no cumple con las condiciones, le pueden revocar la aprobación como la juez le dijo.
If that happened and a warrant was issued for your arrest, should you be located in the United States again, that warrant would be served on you.
Y si eso pasa, y si le ponen orden de arresto, si le encuentran a usted en los Estados Unidos, ellos le pueden ejecutar la orden de arresto o arrestarle a usted.
Okay.
At that point,
Okay.
the question would be, did you violate the terms of your probation? Not, did you assault the person that you're accused of assaulting?
Y si eso pasa, lo que van a querer saber es si usted ha cumplido o no con los requisitos de su aprobación. No les va a importar si usted había agredido a alguien o no. Sería cuestión de cumplimiento con la aprobación.
At that point, the judge would determine if you violated your probation And if you did, what your punishment would be, up to 10 years.
Y en ese momento, un juez determinaría si usted ha cumplido con la aprobación y si encuentran que no, le pueden mandar hasta 10 años preso en TDC. Okay.
Any questions?
¿Otras preguntas?
That's all I have, Judge. Thank you.
Is there anything else from either side?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Nava, make sure you follow those conditions. And if you have any questions, just ask Ms. Yargo, who's going to be with the probation department.
Bueno, señor Nava, entonces asegúrese de cumplir con los requisitos y condiciones y si tiene alguna otra pregunta, usted le puede preguntar a la señora Yargo, que es la funcionaria de probación que va a estar trabajando con usted.
Okay.
Good luck, sir.
Buena suerte, señor.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Mr. Maltzberger, have a good afternoon.
Yes, Judge.
Finished?
He's finished, yes, ma'am. Mr. Braun, please.
And Judge, may I be excused? I think this is my only case today.
Have a good afternoon.
Looking over some other documents while we wait.
Oh, you got something for him?
Then he.
Hello, sir. You, Mr. Braun?
Yes, ma'am.
Give me a moment. Your attorney should be back on shortly. Can you hear me okay, Mr. Thibodeau?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, sorry about the wait. This is cause number 184641, Sierra 272nd, State of Texas versus Philip Baron. Sir, can you raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
You can put your hand down. Are you a United States citizen?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
You're charged with the offense of driving while intoxicated, third or more. Based on the enhancements, you are enhanced to a habitual offender. Do you understand that charge as well as the range of punishment?
Yes, I do.
That range of punishment is between 25 years up to 99 years or life, as well as potentially up to a $10,000 fine. I'm going to show you what's up on your screen as State's Exhibit 1 and State's Exhibit 2. State's Exhibit 1 is your plea of guilty, waiver of stipulation, and judicial confession. Did you sign this document?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
And State's Exhibit 2 is the plea agreement and order. Is this your signature?
Yes, it is.
Did you sign both of these documents freely, knowingly, and voluntarily?
Yes, I did.
Do you understand by signing State's Exhibit 1 that you are giving up certain United States constitutional rights, Texas constitutional rights, as well as other rights under Texas law?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you have adequate time to go over all of these documents with Mr. Thibodeau?
Yes, I have.
And did he review and explain each one to your satisfaction?
Yes, he did.
Do you have any questions for me about anything contained in State's Exhibit 1 or 2?
No, ma'am.
Is there an offer from the state?
State would offer Exhibits 1 and 2, Your Honor.
Judge, I have no objection to states 1 or 2.
State's Exhibit 1 and 2 will be admitted. Sir, do you understand that if I approve the agreement that you are waiving your right to appeal?
Yes, I do.
Are you on any type of medication today?
No, ma'am.
Have you ever sought any mental health treatment?
No, ma'am.
Mr. Thibodeau, do you believe your client is competent?
I do believe he's legally competent to enter his plea, Judge.
I will find you competent. I've also got a copy of the indictment that's up on the screen. Would you like this document read back to you that specifically lays out what you're charged with and the enhancement paragraphs?
No, ma'am.
And how do you plead to the offense of driving while intoxicated as alleged in the indictment?
I plead guilty.
Are you pleading guilty because you are guilty?
Yes, ma'am.
And to the enhancement paragraphs, how do you plead, true or not true?
True.
Are you pleading true to both enhancement paragraphs because they are true?
Yes, ma'am.
Based on your plea of guilty, I'll find sufficient evidence beyond a reasonable doubt to find you guilty. I may have asked you already, but you understand you are waiving your right to appeal if I approve the agreement?
Yes, I understand that.
I will find you guilty of the offense. I'll find the enhancement paragraphs true. I'll sentence you to 40 years in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice. You'll be given any credit for time which you've already served so far. The state is waiving the deadly weapon finding. There will be a $60 DPS crime lab fee. Is there anything else from either side?
Nothing from the state, Your Honor.
Judge, I had emailed Ms. Burns and Lisa Parker earlier this afternoon. I'm showing that Mr. Biran was taken into custody on a blue warrant on August the 9th of 2018. We had made a request bondsman get off the bond immediately after he was arrested on the blue warrant. Mr. Biran was out on bond on this case when the blue warrant was served. The bondsman did not get off the bond until October the 17th of 2018, and we're requesting that 60 some odd days be credited to him in the event that it's not otherwise credited.
That will be granted. The jail order has been revised and he will get credit from August 29th.
Thank you. I have nothing else, Judge.
All right, sir, do you have any questions about anything we've gone over here today?
I think you covered it.
All right, sir, if there's nothing else, good luck to you.
Got it.
Thank you, Mr. Thibodeau.
Thank you. May I be excused, Judge?
Have a good afternoon.
Judge, may I be excused as well, or did you
Thank
have
you
another?
so much, Jeff.
All right,
Thanks
great
for
seeing y'all.
joining us. You too.
Take care.
I'm done. Watch it if everybody does know. Yeah, another 3 years.
Yes, thank you.
Hold on, wait, I gotta do that for you.
Oh,
I need you to step over to the right. Make this my both of these though. All right. Okay, even though it's a thumbprint, just relax your hand.
Good afternoon. Can you hear me okay, Ms. Silva?
Yes, I can hear you, Judge. Can you hear me?
Yes, thank you. All right, they are about to bring in Ms. Cifuentes. Have you had an opportunity to speak with her since her plea?
Yes, Judge, and I did email Lisa Parker. She did an email from me about my communication with Ms. Cifuentes. Basically what happened, Judge, is I met with Ms. Cifuentes, I want to say last Tuesday, and I talked to her about withdrawing her plea of guilty if that is what she wanted. And what I did was I prepared a motion to withdraw a guilty plea. I sent it over to the jail, and I had the jailer, I think his name is Dean, D-E-A-N, Washington. He forwarded that paperwork to Ms. Cifuentes. My understanding is that once Ms. Cifuentes received the paperwork, she did not sign that paperwork.
Ms. Cifuentes, can you hear us okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
May I proceed, Judge?
Go right ahead.
All right, Ms. Cifuentes, I talked to you last week, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and you can take it off so I can hear you right now, so the court can hear you. And I sent you some paperwork, a motion to withdraw a guilty plea. Did you receive that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and is it your intention to withdraw your guilty plea today?
I'm gonna go ahead and-
That's a yes or no, ma'am.
I want to go ahead and sign the guilty plea. I just want to.
Okay, so you need to listen to my question, okay? My question to you is, I sent you some paperwork, motion to withdraw guilty plea. Do you want to withdraw your guilty plea? Yes or no?
No.
Okay, and are you Are you wanting to proceed then and let the court accept that guilty plea? Your guilty plea? Is that a yes?
Yes.
Okay, pass the witness.
Any questions from the state?
No, ma'am.
All right. For the record, Ms. Fuentes did plead guilty in cause number 19-2521 CRF 272nd. The court has previously accepted that plea agreement. I have sentenced her to 5 years in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice. We were bringing this case back for a status of plea just based on some comments Ms. Fuentes made. All right, Ms. Fuentes, I just wanted to bring you back, making sure you understood what you were doing and you didn't have any questions.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, do you have any questions for me?
We are still gonna run a 12:45 for the other?
Yes, that case has been 12:45 and taken into consideration in your case. Is there anything else we need to take up this afternoon?
Nothing further, Judge.
Anything?
Nothing from the state. No, ma'am.
All right, ma'am. If there's nothing else, good luck to you. You will be given any credit for time which you've already served so far.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. All right. Looks like Mr. Hilburn is it.
Thank you, sir.
Judge, I also showed 2 pleas with Matt Barton and Bill Juverid this afternoon. Were those?
They are.
Okay.
Sorry, I said Mr. Hilburn's it. I mean, he's up.
Next. Gotcha. I understand.
He is present in the courtroom. Ms. Parker, in 18-4079 CRF 272nd, is there just one count he's pleading on?
Correct. There are 3 counts.
And
He's
they're
pleading on count 1, the other 2 will be
okay.
dropped into count 1 of the other.
That's what I showed. Thank you. I was just making sure.
And the same thing happens. in 77.
This is cause number 18-4079 CRF 272nd and cause number 18-4077 CRF 272nd. Mr. Hilburn is present in the courtroom with his client, Mr. Rogers. Now, Mr. Rogers, can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
You can put your hand down. Are you a United States citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
And cause number 18-4079 CRF 272nd, you're charged with the offense of manufacturing delivery of a controlled substance, penalty group 2 or 2A, 4 to 400 grams. Do you understand that charge as well as the range of punishment?
I think this is just sentencing.
We did already do the plea. I apologize. Okay.
We can do it again if you want.
Go ahead and pull up the paperwork in the misdemeanor case as well. Is there any reason why you shouldn't be sentenced here today?
None from the state.
There's no legal bar, Judge.
Thank you. All right, so I'm going to show you up on the screen what's been marked as State's Exhibit 2. You've previously entered a plea in this case. Is that correct?
Yes.
Back on February 20th?
Yes.
And the same with your cause number 18-4077 at CRF 272nd. We've previously entered a plea in that cause number on March 20th of 2020. Is that also correct?
Yes.
Do you have any questions for me here today?
The theft of firearm, what did y'all do with that again?
The theft of firearm, that was taken into consideration. So if you look up on the screen, those are the cases that we went over back on the 20th. And this list of offenses are all the ones that were taken into consideration when you pled guilty in your other cases that you're being sentenced on.
Okay, and I'm being sentenced on the manufacturing and delivery, correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
Any additional questions?
It's only the manufacturing and deliveries or possession of marijuana?
You pled guilty in count 1 to manufacturing and delivery of a controlled substance, felony group 2 or 2A. And then you also pled guilty to a similar manufacturing and delivery of a controlled substance, felony group 2 or 2A in a separate cause number.
Okay.
Is that your recollection?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Any additional questions before sentencing here today?
One more question. It's not 3G, sorry. It's not. This is 3G related?
There is no 3G element in the offense.
Thank you.
All right. Based on your previous pleas of guilty, having found you guilty of the offense, in each cause number, I'll sentence you to 10 years in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice that will run concurrent, and you'll be given any credit for time which you've already served so far. Is there anything else from either side?
The Burleson County, that's all about that. I'll give it Bruno about that. All right, take care of that. Yes, sir.
All right, sir. If there's nothing else, you'll be remanded in the custody of the sheriff. Good luck.
All right, sir.
Mr. Hilburn, here is his bill of costs. Sir, it's going to be any fees associated with your case. So when you get out, make sure you set up a payment plan.
I'm sorry, ma'am. Can you repeat that?
Mr. Hilburn's going to hand you your bill of costs. When you get out, make sure you set up a payment plan.
Yes, ma'am. They remind me when I get out, or I gotta come.
They should.
They want money. That's all you get. Okay. All right.
But it's your responsibility to take care of it, so whether they remind you or not.
You're good. Thank you. There's no word about TEC on the intake when they're gonna start bringing people in.
I don't have any idea of when TDCJ, they could come meet with you in the Brazos County Jail, or it may take a while for you to get transported over. I don't have any control over it, unfortunately.
Yeah, I know the pandemic is going on.
Yes, yeah. So it may be an issue, it may not. Good luck, sir.
All right, thank you. What's that? Yeah, 100%. I saw you with the way downstairs. Do you want your phone or did you give that in? No,
I'm gonna take it to the office and just print it and pick it up.
Oh, there's one phone number I need to get. That's my wife's. Can I please get it real fast, Judge? Can I write my wife's phone number down on the phone? Please. Put it in the paperwork. Yeah. Thank you. I got it. Anyway,
Speed dial 7.
yeah, I don't know my numbers, but I do know that one.
I mean, speed dial 1.
We'll get that.
Thank you.
Mr. Williams, is he pleading on all cases?
Terrence.
Oh, I see
There's
multiple,
two.
I see. I see.
So,
He just has one.
correct.
Thank you.
And as to the other guy, the other Mr. Williams, the answer is yes. And since we have a few minutes, I will just prepare you. There's 2 MTRs and then 3 new charges for the other Mr. Williams.
Thank you. Mr. Hilden, are you doing okay today?
Doing pretty good.
Good.
I will say that the first time I wore pants in about 6 weeks, maybe 8, but it fit, so that's good.
You good with me?
I just have to, I think it's.
For a long time.
We did.
Yes. That is, remember the judge pointed to you and asked you.
Oh, about
said-
the mental hearings.
Yeah, so if that happens, I'll let you know. Finally started some conversation. We on vacation.
I'm off till Friday. Just send it to.
Oh, it won't be that quick. It'll probably be next week.
I think we're going back full staff next week.
Okay.
I think.
Okay.
So if it's next week, that's fine. Just let me know.
I'll let you know.
If not, send it to staff or no.
Thank you. Have a good afternoon. Mr. Williams, can you hear me okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, the state of Texas versus Terrence Williams, cause number 19-37980 F272nd. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, you can put your hand down. Are you a United States citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
You're charged with the offense of manufacturing and delivery of a controlled substance, penalty group 2, 1 to 4 grams. Do you understand that charge as well as the range of punishment?
Yes, ma'am.
It's a second-degree felony, so that range of punishment is between 2 up to 20 years in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice, as well as potentially up to a $10,000 fine. I'm going to show you what's been marked as State's Exhibit 1 and State's Exhibit 2 that's up on your screen. State's Exhibit 1 is your plea of guilty, waiver of stipulation, and judicial confession. Did you sign this document?
Yes, ma'am.
And State's Exhibit 2 is the plea agreement and order. Is this your signature?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you sign both of these documents freely, knowingly, and voluntarily?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand by signing State's Exhibit 1 that you are giving up certain United States constitutional rights, Texas constitutional rights, as well as other rights under Texas law?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you also understand that if I approve this agreement, that you are waiving your right to appeal?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you on any type of medication today?
No, ma'am.
Have you ever sought any mental health treatment?
What do you mean by that?
A psychologist, psychiatrist?
Oh, no, ma'am.
All right, I will find you competent. Mr. Barton, do you also believe your client is competent?
Yes, Your Honor. I've had multiple conversations with him and he's been able to adequately assist me, and I sincerely believe that he's competent.
Thank you. No, sir, would you like a copy of the indictment read back to you that specifically lays out what you're charged with?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, can the state see the indictment?
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I thought he said.
Mr. Williams, this is what we talked about when we signed a form. What she asked you was, do you want it read to you word for word?
No, I do.
Can you do that?
No, I know what it is.
All right, how do you plead to the offense of manufacturing and delivery of a controlled substance, penalty group 2, 1 to 4 grams?
Guilty.
Are you pleading guilty because you are guilty?
Yes, ma'am.
Based on your plea of guilty, I will find you guilty. I'll sentence you to 3 years in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice. You will be given any credit for time which you've already served so far. Is there an offer from the state?
Yes, ma'am. The state would offer the exhibits 1 and 2.
Without objection.
State's exhibit 1 and 2 will be admitted. Is there anything else from either side?
No, Your Honor.
No, ma'am.
Sir, do you have any questions about anything we've gone over here today?
Yeah, I seen some paperwork. I was just wondering how many days that I'll be getting like for the back time or whatever. I know it's like 307 days I've been here.
I don't have access to how many days exactly you've been in custody. There will be a judgment and a jail order. If you see that it appears it's incorrect, then just let Mr. Barton know and he'll contact the court. But you will be given that time which you have credit for so far. Did you have adequate time to go over all of these documents with Mr. Barton?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, any other questions for me?
No, that's all.
All right, sir, if there's nothing else, good luck. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Barton.
Thank you, Judge. Am I excused?
Have a good afternoon.
All right, bye-bye.
Just waiting on Mr. Juvrud. I've got a couple of minutes. That's very true.
It's telling me that I asked me for the invitation and I resent it. I sent it last Thursday and I resent it while ago.
I don't know if I previously prosecuted that one from this morning or what the issue was.
Well, I guess based on one of the responses I got to the email, he claims there's no PC. He has an issue with PC.
Oh, I haven't seen the PC. The DTA, I'm not sure who it was signed by.
Judge Brown.
Okay.
It seemed to think he'd always wanted PC.
Not on that one. It was just a DTA where they took him in, that was previously signed by another judge, and then he was just taken into custody.
Okay. So that's one of the comments that came back and said, because we originally were going to put it from Judge Hawthorne.
Oh,
And we
okay.
objected. And
I
Judge
don't think
Brown-
he can object to Judge Hawthorne.
He can't, but when I called Judge Brown to say that, Judge Brown says, I'll hear it. I'm only trying to bring Judge Brown up here.
Right, when's necessary.
He doesn't like that. He's not real happy about that, but considering his age and some other factors
Well,
going
his
on.
health
with
issues
life.
His wife.
Hmm?
Wife.
I know,
I mean,
but he says that's not an excuse or reason, so I'm like.
no, you're really in a tough spot, but I think you're smart. We drove to Lockhart yesterday, and I don't know if I should do the picture. I bought you saw the unicorn deal. I also bought a T-Rex costume.
Oh,
And so I put that on and went to my parents' front door so I could hug her.
Oh.
So,
Uh,
you know, those big T-Rexes. That were
Mm-hmm.
And then we stood in the front yard and talked.
Yeah.
An hour and a half. But, you know, they're my dad's 77.
Mike and I are on the bubble. Mike's there, I'm not quite there yet, but, you know, it just depends on what you've got going health-wise, you know?
That's what concerns me. I mean, I have blood pressure. Amy has a heart issue. William has asthma. Sarah's immunocompromised. That's just within our four walls of our house.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Amy's dad's an heart failure.
Yeah, it's just not worth taking
It's
a
not
risk.
worth
the
It's not worth the risk. It's funny, 'cause every time I get a respiratory cold or something, it just sits in my chest for weeks until I get a steroid shot.
Wow.
And so this scared me. If I were to get it, I know I'd be.
You'd have one of those bad cases.
I would. I would. That's just how my body reacts to respiratory.
Did you tell Mr. Juver to check his spam? I know a couple of defense attorneys that's been going to spam. Maybe he's not getting it for that reason.
Hopefully everything is fine and no one locally gets, courthouse gets sick again. But if you were to find out they did, they've been in your court 2 days ago,
Mm-hmm.
you know. Or you get sick and
Hi,
find out.
Lisa. I sent that invitation twice today, and then I sent it last Thursday. Okay, Judge Swan thinks it might be in your spam filter, but if you have a pen, let me write the invitation down for you, the information. You ready for the meeting ID number? 975-08.
I'm sorry? Baseball? We are starting back.
That's the
I think
meeting
next
ID,
week.
975-08.
I
17.
drove by the pavilion. I guess it was 2 days ago, and there were two 12 teams out there scrimmaging and 25 cars at the pavilion. So we're starting back.
Amy does their master's in veterinary public health. And most of the public health stuff is all adult human stuff because they don't have veterinary public health. So she's all over this stuff. And that's where she's like, the governor's order still says no more than 4.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of it's just not a business. We're not opening up to, for a reason that we're being selfish. We want
Yeah.
to play ball.
Mhm.
So we're struggling with that right now.
Yeah, we haven't really made a decision whether,
Yeah.
I guess they'll start practicing next week, I
And
believe.
next week, I think the governor will come out this week and say, next week's okay.
Yeah.
I hope. I hope.
I don't know.
But he missed it from back and saying, there's a reason why he said sports no more than 4.
Well, and I guess that's why they're starting next week for us,
With the
technically,
anticipation.
with the anticipation that they're gonna open it back up. But I don't know. I think it's still a little
I
soon,
agree.
as far as baseball and 30 kids that never wash their hands and dirty.
You all have the same baseball. You're sweating.
But,
You're,
I mean, we're certainly ready to get out and do
no,
something, but,
absolutely. That's what's frustrating.
But maybe the heat's gonna kill some of it? Is that what they're thinking?
That's what they're thinking, and that's why I think a sport like baseball is a good start, because you're out in the sun, it's open air.
yeah.
There's a lot of good factors for it.
They have the ability if
But, you know,
to sanitize and
Yeah.
make sure they're taking all the
the
appropriate
fear is there with
precautions, but
when you're standing there with the umpire and the catcher and the batter.
How about the dugout?
yeah.
As
And-
somebody who's tried to manage many a dugout of little kids, you can't keep those kids away from each other.
That's absolutely right.
And, they're not just scrimmaging each other and local teams. Like we're about to start
Mhm.
traveling in the month of July, which is going to be miserable in of itself, like just
In the heat.
playing in the heat. So I'm not sure. We kind of had several plans already set up for vacation and family reunion type stuff in July. And so
Do that out.
we may be missing a big chunk of it anyway. So we're trying to debate on, are we,
Well, they sent a
Gonna
deal today,
continue with it
they
or-
want to be on Wednesday, this Wednesday.
yeah,
And
yeah.
it's just the rules. We're telling the kids, it's okay to ignore the rules.
It's gonna be a nightmare. I mean, I can't even get my own 2 children to sanitize their hands regularly. I mean, I can't imagine trying to it's gonna be like herding cats.
We can't keep them to keep track of whose hat is whose.
I can't even keep track of if I've turned their homework in at the end of the week. I mean, Mr. Juverid, can you hear
I'm
me?
so thankful they have this hack thing where I can log in and see what's been turned in.
Hold on.
Your kid's still run?
Yeah.
You do? Okay.
I can hear you. All right, Mr. Williams, can you also hear me okay?
No.
All right, can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
You can put your hand down. Are you a United States citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
In cause number 194770, CRM 272nd, you're charged with the offense of failure to identify. And cause number 21404, CRF 272nd, you're charged with the offense of evading arrest or detention with a prior conviction. And cause number 21403, CRF 272nd, you're charged with the offense of evading arrest or detention with a vehicle. And cause number 183730, CRF 272nd, you have a motion to revoke. Are you the same person that was placed on probation in that cause number?
Yes, ma'am.
In cause number 182244, CRF 272nd, you also have a motion to revoke that was filed March 11th of 2020. Are you also the same person that was placed on probation in that cause number as well?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand all of the charges as well as the ranges of punishment?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you also understand all of the violations alleged in both of your cause numbers with motions to revoke?
Yes, ma'am.
Would you like me to formally go over each case and the range of punishment with you?
No, ma'am.
Would you like me to read back to you a copy of the indictments or read the specific allegations to you that are in the motion to revoke?
No, ma'am.
For each of these cases and counts, I have a State's Exhibit 1 and a State's Exhibit 2. The State's Exhibit 1 is where you're pleading guilty or true in each case, And then the state's exhibit 2 is the plea agreement and order. Did you have adequate time to go over the state's exhibit 1 and 2 for each of your cases with Mr. Juvrud?
Yes, ma'am.
Did he review and explain each of those documents to your satisfaction?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any questions for me about anything contained in state's exhibit 1 or 2 that you went over with your attorney?
No, ma'am.
Do you understand by signing state's exhibit 1 for each case that you are giving up certain United States constitutional rights, Texas constitutional rights, as well as other rights under Texas law?
Yes, ma'am.
Is there an offer from the state?
The state offers exhibits 1, 2, and 3 in each case.
Any objection? Here, let me unmute you, Mr. Juvrud. Any objection, Mr. Juvrud?
No, Your Honor, no objection.
State's exhibit 1, 2, and 3 will be admitted. Sir, did you sign all of these documents voluntarily and on your own free will?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that if I approve the agreements for each case that you are waiving your right to appeal?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you on any type of medication today?
No, ma'am.
Have you ever sought any mental health treatment?
No, ma'am.
Mr. Juvrud, do you believe your client is competent?
I do, Your Honor.
I will find you competent. In cause number 4770, CRM 272nd, how do you plead to the offense of failure to identify?
I'm guilty.
Are you pleading guilty because you are guilty?
Yes, ma'am.
Based on your plea of guilty, I will find you guilty. I'll sentence you to 100 days in the Brazos County Jail. You'll be given any credit for time which you've already served so far. In cause number 201404, CRF 272nd, how do you plead to the offense of evading arrest or detention with a previous conviction?
Guilty.
Based on your plea of guilty, I will find you guilty. I'll sentence you to 12 months in a state jail facility. You'll also be given any credit for time which you've already served so far, and that will run concurrent. In cause number 201403, CRF 272nd, how do you plead to the offense of evading arrest or detention with a vehicle?
Guilty.
And are you pleading guilty because you are guilty?
Yes, ma'am.
I will find you guilty. I'll sentence you to 4 years in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice. That will run concurrent, and you'll be given any credit for time which you've already served so far. I'm now looking at the motions to revoke. In both cause numbers 182244 CRF 272nd and 183730 CRF 272nd, those motions were filed March 11th of 2020. To each of the violations in each cause number, how do you plead, true or not true?
True.
And are you pleading true to each violation in each cause number because they are true?
Yes, ma'am.
I will find the allegations in each cause number true. I will revoke your probation in each case. And in each case, I will sentence you to 4 years in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice. Those cases will also run concurrent, and you'll be given any credit for time which you've already served so far. Is there anything else I need to go over?
I need to, as I was looking through the file, I don't know that I sent Mr. Juvrud to State's Exhibit 3. So with your permission, I'd just like to put on the record the evidence that's been uploaded to Mr. Juvrud's secure share account, just to make sure that that's clear.
That is correct, Your Honor. I did receive the discovery on all of the new cases as well as chronos and PC statements on the motions to revoke.
So just to make sure the record is clear, in Bryan PD, there's a folder, Bryan PD case number 19-11-00264. There was, under the paperwork folder, a case report uploaded. Under the video folder, there were 7 videos uploaded. Under the folder body cam, there was an in-car video uploaded as well. And then under BPD 20-01-00744, in the folder labeled audio, there's an audio file. In the folder labeled paperwork, there are CAD notes as well as a case report. And in the video folder, there are 7 videos and then what looks to be 2 in-car videos. And according to Secure Share I have pulled up right now, it looks like those were uploaded on March the 12th of 2020. So just making that clear for the record. Thank you, Mr. Juvrud.
The record will so reflect. Is there anything else from either side?
No, Your Honor.
Now, Mr. Williams, do you have any questions?
No, ma'am, I don't.
All right, if there's nothing else, good luck to you.
Thank you.
If I sent you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Juverid.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, is there anything else from anyone else that we need to take up this afternoon?
I don't think so. I think we're all set, Judge.
All right, well, y'all have a
Thank
good
you,
afternoon.
Judge.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.